Hello everyone, it's Dio here from Firm But Fair Gaming, bringing you another BellWright video. Now, I've been talking about over several videos that I was finally going to do a video on the mods that exist for BellWright, so here it is. I don't hide the fact that I am using mods on my second, third, and fourth playthrough. I beat the game once already, doing it the proper way, so now I'm off exploring the different mods that are available to see what they do and how they impact the gameplay. So, I'm going to just go over where you can find them, and also go over a few of my favorites as to the ones that I feel don't really affect the gameplay that much and just enhance the quality of life for us players, addressing a couple issues that I feel are kind of shortcomings of the game, as well as just super fun to have. So without further ado, let's get into it. As of this video, there are currently 57 different mods that exist for BellWright. They range from improving some quality of the images to make it look more realistic, to language customizations, to inventory management, and much, much more. They are updated fairly regularly. The mods themselves are very much on top of this. When a new update comes out for BellWright, they update them within a couple days, as if the mod breaks. If the mod doesn't break, then you won't see an update. So the last ones of these, a lot of them are updated in May. Some of them are in June, but they haven't been, I've tested most of them, and they all seem to work without breaking. And there's even a Discord for the mods themselves, where if you have comments or feedback about them, you can go post there, and the mods are pretty, excuse me, pretty responsive there. I've talked to a couple myself personally, and they're super polite, super hardworking, and they don't ask for anything in return. There is the option you can, of course, buy them a coffee, which they appreciate, but you, of course, don't have to. So some of the mods in here, the one that you need first and foremost, I'm just going to filter through the pages here. I'll know it when I see it. So there's one mod that unlocks them all. And it is... Here it is. I'm just going to call it Joe, because I'm not sure how that W changes it. But anyway, so the unlocker, you have to have this one downloaded first and installed. Excuse me, pardon me. And that will allow you to then add on all the other mods. Each mod has built into it, they have a little instructions on how to do it, the requirements you need, and all that sort of thing, and the files, and this has been pretty sweet. They are very informative, very easy to install, and you can be up and running in no time. One thing to keep in mind for troubleshooting when you first add a mod, boot up the game, load it in, make sure that it's able to load successfully, and then go grab another mod, and then like quit BellWright, go grab another mod, add it in, and then boot it, make sure. Some mods might conflict with others, so you kind of have to just plug and play to see what happens. I run about 5 or 6 all at once, and there has been no issues. So that we covered that and got that out of the way. What are the mods that I find the best? So, the mods that I enjoy are the ones that increase the renown you get for killing both bandits and brigands. So here we have the better brigands renown. And so they have a few options here, and some of them, of course, are quite dramatic. So you have 10 times, 100 times, 2 times, 25 times, 5 times, and 50 times. I get torn here between wanting to use the 5 times and the 10 times, as I feel like if it's supposed to be so notorious for killing brigands, I don't know why their reward is so low, especially when you get to recruiting several followers, where you get up to like 60, 70, 80 followers. Some followers cost 12 to 13,000 plus renown. And when you're factoring in that you kill bandits to get there, and brigands, like a bandit archer is worth 25 renown. In some of the higher ones might be worth closer to 100. A brigand is about 135 to maybe 185 at most. I think even Lord Ashbourne himself isn't even that high. But anyhow, when you think about that, if you need 12,000, like that's like killing 300 bandits, which I think is a bit absurd to be able to recruit an additional follower, which is why I like the renown modifier so much. I personally use the 5 renown when I am playing in my impossible mode. When I'm playing in my personal mode where I'm just doing this for videos and I just want renown to be able to recruit more followers, I will be honest, I use 100, but I've already beat the game, and so I'm not too worried about the legitimate playthrough there. The only one that I can kind of get torn between, like I said, using the 5 or the 10 renown for the better brigands. There's also another one of these for the bandits as well, which is 4 times renown is what I use for them. And so that basically means when you kill the archer, it turns into 100 renown, which I feel is an adequate reward for killing a bandit. So we go into the files here. We have a 4x and a 2x. So the 4x is what I use because, like I said, I find that an adequate amount of renown to be gained. The next one that I like to use is the inventory expansion mod from Void Kittens. So I believe I use the 5x, and that is more than enough space. So if we actually go to my game here, you can see how much space you have. Obviously, I have a small backpack, so I have a little bit more, but it doesn't cause any issues. I'd still fill up relatively quickly, but it does help me play the game a little bit more before going back to town all the time. As you can see, it does impact my food bag and my cloth quiver, so I don't mind this. Running around, I could have up to like 300 arrows or whatnot. Obviously, we don't need that many, so you could go with the 2x, it would shrink the quiver. But honestly, I don't mind this too much. In theory, you could just stock your quiver ridiculously full and walk around with 100 or 200 arrows anyways on both hips if they allowed that. So to me, I'm okay with this kind of mod, and it just helps me, like I said, stay out playing, especially when you're fighting brigands and bandits. You can loot a lot more, or when you're harvesting resources, rather than having to, what it feels like, warp back to your village every 2 minutes. Another one that I like is a reduced sign restriction. So this allows you to place signs anywhere you want. So there are 2 different versions of this. One is the no renown cost. I don't use this one. I just use the one that lets me put it anywhere because I like the idea of being able to, you create a place off the beaten path. So like, for example, I don't have one in this because this was my single player and I didn't put that mod in place, but here I have a village built all the way out here, and my closest travel sign is down there. I would have loved the ability to actually put one out here so I can warp right to there as opposed to have to walk from the road. So this one I absolutely love, and I kind of wish there was this kind of a default feature where you could put the travel sign anywhere, or make it something other than a travel sign if it's not on the road, like some other tech that we'd have to research that allowed us just to teleport right there. After all, it's only us that gets to move. It's not like our followers get to come anyways. Another mod that I absolutely love is Speed Reader. So this lets you instantly read a book. You don't have to wait for the time to expire to get the XP. And the reason that I like this one so much is, 1, you don't have to worry about dying, but 2, I like the instant reward. So the instant gratification there. We have to either spend our gold or go find the books anyways, so the ability to just instantly read it and get the additional XP, I just think makes sense. That's why I don't mind it. I know that it could seem a little bit cheesy, because if you bought a ton of books, you could instantly go from one level to another, but some of these require insane amounts of XP, so this is like 43,000 to go from rank 9 to rank 10. That's a lot of books and a lot of time to be sitting, beating on dead bodies. So just to speed that up by, having the instant reward, the instant reading, I just really enjoy this one, and so I use that in my games personally. The last one that I use, and this is just because it's my second and third, fourth, fifth playthrough, and I don't want to have to deal with the little nuances of worrying about broken tools. I am using the mod for infinite tool durability. There is one for weapons as well, but I don't use that one. So I like the tool durability one just because once you set up an outpost, you kind of can just forget about it. You don't have to worry about the tool breaking and then it's not producing anything. So I just kind of like that peace of mind in my additional playthroughs of just setting it up, pressing go, they mine, they chop trees, they do all that sort of stuff. And other than food, which I'll have to monitor and look out for, it is going to run smoothly. So that is why I love this add-on as well. As a bonus, this mod is absolutely hilarious. It is called Fast Arrows, and it's very apt where it also has read the description. This makes arrows travel insanely fast, but it also affects the bandits and brigands' arrows as well, which turns it into hilarity. It's kind of pretty funny when you just encounter them, and good luck. They are super fast, but it causes some funny moments. I know that in my group play on Sunday nights, we're going to use this and just have some shenanigans and see who can live the longest while trying to dodge these insanely fast arrows. So that brings me to the end of the video. So as you can see, you can find these mods on nexusmods. The link will be in the description of the video. And I kind of covered my favorites. There are, of course, many, many more. Like I said, there's 57 of them, and I only covered like 5 or 6. But as I feel, those are the ones that aren't too game-breaking. There's other ones that let you have like instant crafting, more resources, like when you chop down a tree and all that sort of stuff, and better villagers, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's lots of things here that there's probably something for everybody. So I focused on the ones that I felt just added more to quality of life, or put the game in the state that I thought it should be in for my personal preference for gameplay. I'm sure there's many in here that will suit your guys' needs. So anyhow, check it out. Let me know. I'd also like to hear in the comments if you do use mods, which one is your favorite? I know that we're still early access on BellWright, so by the time we get to actual full production, I can only imagine the amount of mods that can be available for this game, especially when you consider other games like Banner Lords and that sort of thing, where they have crazy amounts of mods that really change the gameplay and add to the replayability. I'm looking to see what else the mod community comes out with. I have a few that I would like to see, and if I knew how to do it, I'd do it myself, but unfortunately I don't. But anyhow, so let me know what you think. If you need any help, you can let me know in the comments. I will do my best to help out. As always, we appreciate likes, shares, and subscribe, so please click those buttons. And until next time, I hope you're enjoying BellWright, and we'll see you in the next video.